made to tie it and to send it to overtime? Just what was the play?
It's the playoffs. We drew up a play, and it was perfectly executed. I told Drew I was going to be open in the corner, and I was, and I knocked it down. So it went exactly how we planned it.
This loss is totally on me. With 10 seconds in regulation, we should have just taken the timeout, advanced the ball, and found a way to get it in and made a free throw or two and ended the game.
Was there instruction to foul before that Brown three, even though there wasn't really a chance to do so?
Yes, but he caught the ball and he was face up, so Pascal decided to lay off, which was, I understand, that's probably the right decision. You don't want to give up a 4-point play. So, look, a lot of things had to go wrong for us and right for them. They did. And so, we got to own it, and we got to get ready for Thursday.
Jay, Will, new audience just joining us here. What were the first words out of your mouth this morning?
That was a legendary choke job by the Indiana Pacers, like down the stretch. And I appreciate Rick Carlisle owning it.
Yeah.
Because that was the ball game. You call a timeout in that situation, you advance the ball, you get fouled, go to the free throw line. But careless turnovers down the stretch by Tyrese Halliburton, the inbound pass, I say it again, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. If I get the 3 Mississippi in my brain, I'm in the red zone. I got to see it. If I don't see it, timeout. I got one to burn. So I think it was the coach. It was the extension of the coach on the floor, and Tyrese Halliburton, that just didn't manage the game properly when the Boston Celtics gave you every opportunity to steal one on the road.
So many moments there. If you're thinking through why would you want to save the timeout there, maybe for an offense-defense switch, after there's a foul, there's a reason why you want to keep a timeout in your pocket. But in that moment, clearly, it kills you. LeBron James was watching this last night, and this was his reaction to the final play of the game. And I'm sure a lot of people were thinking exactly the same thing. He tweeted, "And y'all still want to know why I would foul up 3 every single time." Jay, is he right?
No, he's wrong in this particular situation. If we're going back to Tyrese Maxey with Philadelphia when he's dribbling the ball up the entire court, fine, you do that. But in this particular situation, 8.4 seconds left, he catches the ball because they don't switch, right? So he has space. And when he catches the ball, watch when he catches the ball. He gives him a head fake. Now, that head fake, if you dig into that, can turn into a shot if you go to foul, and that puts him right on the free throw line. He plays into it. So you can't foul in that particular situation because you didn't switch.
It's a lock and trail as I'm watching this again, right? Lock and trail. He's got him. Run him over. Just run him over right there.
Why? He can go into a shot.
He's not going into a shot. His ball is down. He's not going to dribble it because he has to take a 3. Run him over.
But by the time he gets there, he's into his head fake. It's just risky. It's really risky, man.
Risky letting him shoot it too.
The biggest problem is letting him get the ball there in the corner in the first place. Of all the things, and if you're a coach and you're saying, okay, I can live with this, I can live with that, the last thing you can live with is Jaylen Brown, who is probably the clutchest guy on this team, having a pretty good look from a corner 3.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Can we show that play one last time?
Yeah, but we can show it 10 more times.
Here's what I do know defensively. The guy inbounding the ball, Tyrese Halliburton, is on him. Why is he playing the baseline parallel?
Well, that's what I'm...
Why is he not shading the corner? Shade the corner. Tyrese Halliburton is tall. He's 6'6", 6'7". Be wide, have your hands active. There's no way that pass should be allowed to be a cross-court pass. Funnel the ball into the corner.
Hang on. Watch it again. He looks right shoulder because that's where Tatum is. He's thinking Tatum's getting his ball. Look at him. Look at him. He's looking at Tatum.
But he's not even being active on the ball.
You're right. He's not.
He's not even being active on the ball.
Watching the activity.
There's no way that ball should be allowed to go cross-court like that.
Yeah. He looks like he's thinking that maybe someone is going to come down. They're going to try and come down the lane for a quick 2 and then try and commit the quick foul. Yeah. One way or another, they gave up the one thing you cannot give up. And Austin, explain here the reason that he's open. You're thinking to yourself, how in the world is he open? It is because of a defensive decision that the Pacers made. What was that decision?
To lock and trail, not switch. They had T.J. McConnell on the floor. So I think that's part of the reason why they didn't switch. They didn't want to match up size advantage where Jaylen Brown could essentially catch the ball in the corner, even if McConnell was there and they switched and maybe rise up over him. So listen, they lock and trail. Pascal's a second behind him. By the time Brown gets the ball in the corner, there's nowhere for him to even to go. You know he's going to shoot, but because Pascal's a second behind, he cannot foul. If he would have fouled, he would have got 3 free throws. That's just the bottom line. So I understand what LeBron James is saying. He's right in every other sense. You foul if you're up 3. That's like a cardinal rule at this point in the NBA. Not here. He already is in position to shoot the ball.
Let me point out for everyone who's watching along with us here and did not see, Jay earlier did a terrific touchscreen, so we slowed this down, showed you the whole look. The action that we see that leads to the shot, when T.J. McConnell and Pascal Siakam, there's an action at the top with Derek White and with Jaylen Brown. They don't switch it. It would be much easier. Watch it here. TJ McConnell could have gone to that corner and not been
You take
late.
everything left, I take everything right. You're both on each other's body. That's that simple. What's the worst case scenario? They slip and make a layup? Fine. That's not going to kill you. We just know they're not getting a 3 off.
That's where you know that they're staying with their own man, because TJ McConnell is not even paying attention to the fact that Jaylen Brown is getting screened. He's just focused on Derek White and paying attention to the ball on the baseline out of bounds.
So I asked the question off the air here of these guys, because again, the expertise that they have, all of us who are basketball fans are watching this, and you would think, what would be the reason that you were not switching in any circumstance in there? And you were telling me the reason is you're afraid of miscommunication.
Yeah,
and then you wind up with a wide open three.
But when you're up 3 and you can give away a 2-pointer, there's not too much confusion to be had. We're just going to stay on the outside. If they slip, fine. They're going to have to slip to a layup. That's not going to hurt us. I would have rather them had 5 people just surrounding the entire arc and just giving up a wide open layup than this. I mean, this is worst case scenario.
And by the way, even if you are concerned about personnel matchups, what you tell everybody on the court is press up, no fouls, force them to be drivers.
Well, we couldn't have put – did Obi foul out? No. Did any of those 6'10" guys foul out? Can we not got like-sized guys in the game that could have switched and at least contested?
The only player in Indiana who had fouled out was Naismith.
Naismith, yeah. So they had plenty of size on the bench that they could have used to switch properly. That way they would have had size matched up with Brown.
So this is that last play.
Tatum there.
And by the way,
last play, but let me get to one other thing here.
Yeah.
That last play doesn't happen if the Pacers don't give them the ball back on the previous play on the sideline inbounds. Let's show that again. That's Nembhard with the ball inbounding. This is Siakam racing like a bat out of hell the wrong direction. He's trying to thread a needle on a pass there. They have a timeout remaining. Someone tell me how this makes sense.
Well, first off, I would have had Halliburton, any play that I would have drawn up would have had Halliburton going to half court. Even if Halliburton would have caught that ball, he would have caught it in the corner. That's the worst place you want to be in the game when a team's trying to turn you over. So there's a lot of aspects to this. It just looked like they were scrambling. You got to figure out a way to get your best player the ball in a situation like this.
Not only that, but they have a timeout. So if you see that there's everything is going wrong in front of you, you can call the timeout.
3 Mississippi, you got to call it.
Man, and by the way, I think we're getting to a deeper point. When teams play this fast, there's a tendency not to think the game through because you're used to having volume number of possessions in games. And that's typically where it hurts you down the stretch. Fast-paced team, high volume of possessions in the game. Now you have to value the ball. They haven't valued the ball the whole game. They have 21 turnovers. And you even go back to the 50 seconds where Tyrese Halliburton is pushing the ball down the court. You're like, why are you pushing the ball down the court? Like, time's on your side here. Like, just take it, force the foul. Don't push the ball down the court. Look, there's 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Hold the damn, just take a second.
Can we get a clip of the ISO play that he had at the end of the game?
Which one?
Shot of regular.
The last shot, too.
Yeah, I want that. Because that shot for me was also confusing.
You're talking about in regulation, Halliburton just sort of, they were after the ball game had been tied by the Jaylen Brown 3. Yes.
By the way, they were late out to recover to him. Derek White came to him really late.
Yeah.
And he veered out to the three-point line. Like, why are you veering out? The game is tied.
Yeah.
Here's the
He
one
veered
thing
out
I
right
will
into
say.
Jason Tatum.
Alan, obviously, you cover the Knicks closely, so you were entrenched in every second of the previous series.
We were finding a way to get back.
No. I think we watched the Pacers grow up in that series. The team that we saw for them on the floor in Game 1 didn't look like the same team in Game 7. Right. I know the Knicks had the injuries and all. That is what it is. I felt like the Pacers learned as that series went on. They took a big punch in the first 2 games, especially with that very questionable call they got at the end of Game 1. I think if you're a Pacer fan this morning, you hang your hat on, we were there to win. This game was there to be won. We handed it away. We take care of our business. We absolutely can play with these guys.
Yes, 53% shooting, unbelievable. In a Game 1 of a conference final against a really good defensive team, you have that. They were really smart defensively offensively in what they did by attacking Al Horford any chance they had. Bad matchups all the time. And they were putting him and Luke Cornett the minutes he played too. They were killing those guys, which shows you how much they missed Kristaps Porzingis. They were smart in a lot of the ways that they were attacking the Celtics, and they were making threes. The Celtics were not. This game was there to be won.
They had 17 more bench points.
Well, and there's the other part.
All the formula,
and I said this last night on Twitter, is that all the things that the Pacers did to beat the Knicks, they were doing to beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. The formula was working until the end when their inexperience in the playoffs showed, their age showed.
30 free throws attempted by Boston, 10 free throws attempted by Indiana, but that's not the excuse.
No, that's
they
not
gave
the
that
story.
game away in the last minute.
It's the 32 points off turnovers.
You had a chance to win that game.